Hello, many people message me to teach them how to speak Russian. Finally, I know how to help you all. Russian is 50% attitude and 25% body language. Those you can learn from Crazy Russian Dad. Still there is like alphabet and grammar and punctuation and tenses and morphological structures, and for those you really need professional language instructions. Which brings me to the topic of the day. Have you heard of Babbel? B-A-B-B-E-L? Babbel is this online service where you can learn Russian and other languages too. It's like having access to me anytime. I wish I had access to a service like this when I was studying English back in Russia. But those were dark times. Before interwebs, before Babbel, in the Soviet Union. And the way they taught me, I had never met a native speaker of English, which by the way might explain, my pronunciation, but I will tell you, I'm much better now than I was when I came to America. In Babbel, all of the language instructors are native speakers and you can hear the way it's supposed to be pronounced. When I was studying English at school, it was mainly communist propaganda.
Leningrad is the cultural heart of the Soviet Union. We have many museums, cultural establishments, and other fine institutions.
Then at the university, they mainly taught me about helium neon lasers, emitting coherent light. So when I came to Brooklyn, United States of America, I could only converse on two subjects, communism and lasers. And honestly, I did not get very far. But with Babbel, you learn actual practical, useful things. How to order food, how to get around, how to greet people. And I think there is no greater honor you can pay to a people and a culture than to learn their language. People will really appreciate this. I know you're probably thinking like learning the language is really hard. But with Babbel, lessons are very easy. Each lesson is maybe like 10 to 15 minutes and you can do it on your computer. Okay, now let's actually try a Babbel lesson online. A шапка. I have a шапка. Right here, шапка. We're talking practical things.
Шарф.
Scarf is like scarf. Very practical from Babbel.
Сегодня идет дождь.
Сегодня идет дождь. Which means it's raining today. Suppose you're traveling to Russia and you need to go to like a Russian restaurant and order some foods. Eating out. In addition to Russian restaurants and cafes, there are many fast food chains in Russia which serve typical Russian dishes. Пирожки.
Пирожки.
Пирожки. See, Russian is easy with Babbel. Пельмени. Forgot мягкий знак. You know the soft sign? Пельмени.
Пельмени.
Pelmeni. Pelmeni is like ravioli, usually with meat or with some kind of potatoes and stuff. I'm getting so hungry with those Babbel lessons. Okay.
Блины с мясом.
Я буду блин...
Пирожки с капустой.
У вас есть пирожки с капустой? Do you
Сколько
have...
стоят чебуреки?
Сколько стоят чебуреки?
Сдачи не надо.
Hold on, please. I am making video here. Being an immigrant in America, I want my children to keep the culture like a bridge between generations, kind of a link back to my ancestors and the family in the old country. Son!
Dad, I already did my homework and I practiced music.
Let's study Russian alphabet.
What is this, some Russian holy scripture? How old is this book?
This is a nice book from which we can study Russian. Zh stands for giraffe, animal, with long neck.
Yes, Dad, I know what a giraffe is, and you're a great teacher, but this is painful. It's gonna take me 200 years to learn this book. Can't we just use Babbel where you're less involved?
Teenagers nowadays always looking for like an easy way out, a path of least resistance.
Dad.
Studying from my big book would build character, but fine, okay, you can use Babbel.
Вы. E. That means and. I got that right. Вы is you plural, or formal in some cases.
Very good.
Thank you. Ya is I.
But they have a picture of some kind of a grandmother.
It's not funny. Мы is we. Already second level. An unusual letter for us, as it looks like back to front R, is ya. It sounds like the ya in Sonia.
How many letters are there in the Russian alphabet?
32.
33, and ya is the 33rd letter. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. If you like pain, you can study Russian with Crazy Russian Dad. Alternatively, you can use a Babbel on your computer or like my teenager on his little iPad or iPhone. Go and sign up on Babbel.com and impress crazy Russian dad. Start commenting on my videos in Russian. Before you hang up, let me remind you that they have 14 more languages. So once you're done with Russian, you can move on to other languages.
Спокойной
Спокойной ночи.
ночи.
That was Russian good night.
Yes.
You will soon learn from Bebo.